With 2 big backpacks strapped on, I was geared up for the SMUX overseas adventure to Kuala Lumpur, further diving into the curriculum from my second major in Arts and Culture Management at SMU. I haven't lived overseas since I was little, so this trip felt like a stepping into a whole new world. The idea of spending 12 days in KL initially had me a bit jittery about being away from Singapore for so long. But Professor Sufan, SMUX and SMU had everything planned out meticulously, ensuring our safety every step of the way. It was reassuring and I'm truly grateful for that. From SG to Seremban and finally KL, I wore my exceptional tourist hat proudly. Indeed, I was a student here on a mission to explore the vibrant art scene in KL, from theatre to visual arts. Much gratitude to TradeCom Private Limited and Jackie Chu for making this unforgettable experience a reality. Our classroom wasn't the typical lecture hall. It was on the 9th floor of GMBB, a shopping centre in Bukit Bintang. It was a vibrant community space where creatives and the public collide to do more together. Bringing the learning out of the classroom, we explored Rex KL, home to one of Malaysia's earliest theatre. Today, it's a vibrant space revitalizing KL with new businesses and a cultural buzz. We discovered emerging craftsmen, innovative eateries, and unique stores like the Object Shop, Book Access, and many more. Back to where we had our classes. This spot is leased by Five Art Centre, which is a collective of Malaysian artists, activists, and producers, dedicated to generating alternative art forms and images in the contemporary arts landscape. With Mark Tay, a creative of Five Art Centre, we dove headfirst into the cultural tapestry of KL, where art, history, and politics tangled in the ever-changing time. As we journeyed, it wasn't just about visiting places. It was about meeting the creative minds behind them. Talking to artists and seeing their work up close was incredibly eye-opening. At Lost Gems Letterpress, we got to understand their process and passion. It went beyond an experience. It was a deep dive into the soul of art. As I look at all the people supporting artists, it hits me. Every player involved in the art scene matters a lot. This got me thinking about how technology and art connect. And then I heard about CloudJoin. CloudJoin isn't just another ticketing platform. It's your one-stop spot for finding upcoming plays. It's like having a LinkedIn for theatre practitioners, an automated archive documenting past plays, and an enabler for a new age of alternative forms of audience outreach. Beyond the performing arts centres that we saw, art happens in the most unlikely places. Never would I imagine having class in a warehouse, but here we are at Kongsi KL, an art space created by architects for artists in the middle of a scrapyard. Even though the space is leased out by developers that may change their mind and require Kongsi KL to shift out, the architects still want to preserve its history and atmosphere. To that end, they have plans to work with the developers to shift the roof to the top of a car park. Art spaces there seem more organic, made by artists for artists. Even CloudJoy was started by theatre people for theatre folk. There seems to be so much more flexibility and less structure. Everyone automatically tries to help each other, even across industries. For Zhongshan Mansion and Go Down, I realized how these informal art spaces often start from a rich man's daughter who wanted to transform the place. I think that the way that individuals in KL take things into their own hands to build, to love, to sustain these spaces and relationships is a spirit that is very precious. Our days were usually jam-packed, but sometimes we got let off early, and that's when the exploring starts. KL seemed all about cars, but not us walkers. But guess what? We walked from Fahrenheit 88 to GMBB on foot after meeting the famous KL traffic jam. Cars were inching along, slowing the city down, adding a quirky beat to its vibe. I felt that KL was very bright in this area. Big ads and flashy LED screens everywhere. No wonder this is the touristy spot indeed. We watched a play called Itself to Jadi, staged by Marion De Cruz, weaving together 50 of her deeply personal stories of the use of typography, visual effects, and video projection, showcasing her exact words on screen, blurred the lines between visual arts and theatre, creating a captivating collision of art worlds. The visual art scene seems to be curated, global, political. These exhibits were molded by a curator. The placement of the artworks deliberately set to tell a story. But beneath it all, both visual arts and theatre is a means to express. It could be capturing the artist's identity, diving into issues that hit close to home for all of us, or even straying from the common themes of identity, politics, exploring something even more abstract. Listening to these stories through art made me even more grateful for the rich experiences shared with my friends during this trip. Amidst our attempts at consistent blogging, occasional distractions, we express our personalities, channeling characters from a beetle to a long-legged dino. The long-legged dino even managed to type out its name broccoli on this draft blog page. After our presentations, it dawned on me that not everything fits into a logical box. There are multiple conflicting perspectives that arise from diverse experiences. Roundtable discussions with my roommates with different backgrounds, a dancer, a filmmaker, and aspiring arts manager opened my eyes. So, understanding the arts scene in KL isn't just about arts operating structures on different levels, it was also about what we felt. To me, this trip represented freedom, a fresh way of doing things, and my first step into the wider world. Chatting with the 5 Arts Center people and others on the trip made me feel like I belonged. The bus moving through sun and rain reminded me of how quickly the people we met in KL brought us into the ins and outs of their lives, changing us in the process.